I want to take this opportunity to talk to the luxury travel advisors today about something that I see consistently, and it costs your clients the experience they came for. Now, India is not a country the way Switzerland is a country or the way European countries are. So don't treat India like a France or a Germany or like an Italy. Think of India more like a continent. Let me give you some numbers that will change how you plan every Indian itinerary from this point onwards. If you wanted to fly from the north of India to the south of India, you're looking at about 4 hours in the air. That is literally from London to Moscow. If you're going east to west, you're looking at about 3.5 hours. That means you could have crossed the entire Western Europe in that time frame. Now, Rajasthan alone, just to give you an idea, which most travel advisors treat as a single destination, is actually the size of Germany. So when a client says that they want to see the Golden Triangle and Rajasthan and a wildlife safari and Kerala in 10 days, what they're actually saying is that they want to drive across Germany, fly to Moscow, come back, and somehow absorb the cultural shock of one of the most complex civilizations on the earth, and in 10 days. Why do we say yes, or why do some of the travel advisors say yes, and why do some of the DMCs say yes? Because we want to deliver everything that they've asked for. Now, here is what I would recommend. First, reframe the scale conversation with your client before you build the itinerary, before you even get in touch with us. Show them a map. Tell them to first have a look at the distances. Let them choose depth over breadth themselves. Most high net worth individuals or ultra high net worth individuals, when they understand the scale, will choose to go slower and see less and come home exactly having the experience of what they should have had or what they should be having. Also, factor in the cultural shock. It is a genuine thing. We don't put it in the itinerary or we don't talk about it just because it's fashionable. It is a genuine thing. It is not a problem to be managed. It's a reality to be respected. I'll give you a specific example of how this plays out in practice. Now, if my client was arriving in Delhi as a first city into India, I would choose a hotel for them which will be more in central Delhi, something like the Imperial or something like the Oberoi. I would not put them in a hotel like Haveli Dharampura in Old Delhi, because the sensory experience of Old Delhi, the chaos, the noise, the density, the beauty, the overwhelming of everything of it, it will be too much for them to absorb. Even though it's extraordinary, but they'll not be able to take it in on the first night. However, if they were coming in the middle, let's say they started in Mumbai and Delhi was in the middle, I would not hesitate for 1 minute to put Haveli Dharampura as the choice of hotel, especially if they've asked for something boutique and something experiential. Mid-trip Old Delhi is perfect because they would have found their India legs by then. They can absorb this and then they can love it the way it deserves to be loved. Night one, it'll be too much. And that too much on night one can actually color everything that would follow after that. So cultural shock is real and it needs to be built in and it needs to be incorporated into the itinerary. Because if that one decision is made correctly, the entire trajectory of the itinerary would change. For me personally, especially for people who really want to experience India, slow is the only form of travel that I would recommend. Not because these destinations are difficult, far from it. Because these destinations are so layered, they're so alive, they're so completely unlike anywhere else on the earth that speed is the only thing that can rob your client of them. When they travel a little slow, when we build itineraries with room in them, when there is space to absorb, they will get time to sit still and let India come to them. I can promise you, and I've heard this from practically every single travel advisor, if you follow this simple advice and you build a slow itinerary, your clients will come back and they'll thank you. Now, of course, if you want to talk about how to build these slow itineraries which have layered experiences, get in touch with me. Happy to help.